Sean Holley, I don't think he slept at all. He's been doing his homework for us. Sean, what did you pick out from that performance?
Well, it was painful viewing for us all, Kat, wasn't it? And I'm going to take a little bit more of a look at detail of the attacking shape of both sides and the contrast between the two teams. Now, Ireland at the moment are just basing their game on the speed of ball. They're so quick to that first tackle. Just have a look at the height and the urgency. They send two guys in there and they blow past the ball. Gibson Park is having an armchair right at the moment. They're even prepared to go back on themselves and clear out. Look at them. Ellis Jenkins, they take him off the ball and pass the ball. It's really clever stuff. And what's really clever is they hide Jonathan Sexton. He's hidden behind a lot of players. That gives him time and space to be a playmaker and move it into the wide channels. Bandiaki this time just given the option. Anderson is outside of Jonathan Sexton. That buys him a little bit of time to show and go and offload. It's very clever stuff. Off set piece as well. Kelleher, Gibson back. There's two pairs of hands. He's third receiver there. And then he gets it back for a second touch. So you can't get at him. Very clever stuff. And even when Carberry come on, exactly the same stuff. Buy in the 10 time to play. It creates a 3-on-1 in that 13 wing channel that the boys are talking about. And Ireland are all over Wales, but they're smart as well. Knowing this, Wales are trying to get out the back to the 10, but they're so clever in their ball play, and they now tip on to one of their best ball carriers. It's Josh van der Fleer. What a game he had. This is for Conway's second try. Later in the piece, again, this time it's Tyg Furlong to Tyg Byrne. Ringrose is out the back. Wales are confused. It's a little tip-on pass, and Byrne goes through to create the space on the outside. Fantastic play. And what does that look like when you put it all together in real speed? Inside ball, front foot. Look at the clear pass by Furlong and Kelleher. Ball on a plate for Gibson Park. In behind is Sexton with time. Little out the back to Keenan, and Aki's away. And Conan, the big man, is out in the wide channel. It's sublime speed of ball, and it's a real pleasure to watch. Now, contrast Wales. Everything for Wales is through 10 at the moment. Here's Dan Biggar, no option inside, only one option outside. Gets spooked by Van der Fleer, goes on his own. Very little option. Here's a little play out the back. He's got a bit more time, but again, one option in Ellis Jenkins, cut off by Porter. Bang, he gets hit by the inside forward of Ireland. This looks nice, little interplay, but just look at the detail here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Wales players, 1 Irish guy on the floor. It allows the green wall to fill in that defensive line. We are now attacking with 9 players against 14. What is Dan Biggar meant to do? Well, Tane Bashan offers himself a willing horse all day, great line, but nobody with urgency to get to the breakdown, and Omani this time gets the turnover. One-up runners was a characteristic. You know, what is our attacking shape? It's Wyn Jones. Is he our best ball carrier? Adam Beard looks to clear on the outside. So the role and the detail of Thomas Francis is to clear the threat on the inside. He doesn't. He doubles up. Conan gets to his feet, and that's another turnover. And this is classic. Wales forced to go to the front because the line-out was struggling. But have a look at Ireland here. Tyg Byrne gets through, nearly intercepts. Nobody blocks Josh van der Fleer getting to 10. It's a poor pass from Thomas Williams. He has to jump. Van der Fleer clatters Biggar into Lewis Rees-Zammit. Tompkins is flat on the pass because of the bad pass, and now it's 1 into 4. Well, you're not going to win that. And that looks like this. Biggar has to cut back inside because little options. Slow ball. There's our willing horse, the one runner, Basham. 4 players go over the top of Conan. He could have got to his feet and played that again. And what do? We go to one runner, Ryan Elias. Thank you very much, say the Irish wall. Easy. Bit like men against boys. And it begs the question to the guys on the panel. How are Wales going to evolve their attacking game in just a week to face Scotland?
There's a question for you there, Tom.
Here's a question.
I love a stat, though. Anyone else love a stat on the panel? I think it's my age. I do love a stat.
100% conversions?
100% conversions. I tell you who else loves a stat, apart from Shanks. It's Sean Holley, and he's got some for us.
Well, I've picked out some interesting stats. Sometimes they lie, but these are really interesting ones. The tail of the tape, if you like. You know, play inside the opposition's 22. Ireland spent 5 minutes, 51 seconds in Wales' 22. Wales just over a minute. The quick ball I mentioned, Wales couldn't regenerate. 71% for Ireland, only 59% quick ball for Wales. The ill discipline that Dan Biggar talked about, well, 22 missed tackles and penalties conceded 14. That caused Wales problems. Now, the packs, the forward packs, how did they perform? This is metres gained, not metres carried. Look at the Irish pack. They carried for 196 56 metres. Wales only carried for 80 metres, and half of them, nearly half, were by Tame Basham. And as for the centres, you know, did the Josh Adams centre selection work well? The Irish centre pairing handled the balls 56 times with 27 passes. The Wales pairing just 23 times with 15 passes. So it begs the question again, who does Wayne Pivac pick in that midfield for next week?
And we will discuss that later. OK, right then. Wayne Pivac, you will have watched that match, or is possibly watching that match right now. What will he be looking for, Sean?
Well, apart from the obvious strengths, Kat, you know, Scotland are looking pretty organised, so they're going to be no pushovers next week. And we've got a Welshman in their midst, Steve Tandy. Defensively, they're looking really well set. It's aggressive tackles. This is Xander Ferguson putting a big hit in on Malins. And then there's Hamish Watson. Look, it takes 3 England guys to break him down. Now, what these tackles do is it allows Steve Tandy's defence to get in order. The counter-rucking from the Ferguson brothers disrupts England. Wales are going to get a lot of this. You know, I refer you back to my analysis on Wales. And again, Ferguson with the scrum half, just knocking over Itoje to buy time for the defensive line. They are set now to come off the line. And then there's big Johnny Gray with Sutherland waiting to swallow up the English attack. If Wales come in ones like this week, then we're in for a real trouble. And again, look, Steve Tandy's defence, 3 forwards on the inside, 3 backs on the outside. They're organised, they can come up, and then they can attack whichever carry they want to. Sutherland gets the turnover. They did this a lot. They only conceded 3 line breaks in the day. Their line out, they will contest Wales's line out. They've got a shrewd operator in Grant Gilchrist, and they used this platform, 100% line out yesterday, to launch their strike runners. Enter Duan van der Merwe, the South African-born British and Irish Lion, Scott on the wing. He's encouraged to run out of defence. Most metres in the game yesterday. Fantastic player on the hoof. And then you got the converse of a Shane Williams like Darcy Graham. Watch for the inside ball. Our front 5 going to need to be sharp in there. He's got fleet of foot. He's pacey. And any turnover or loose kicks, he's going to pounce on them. Great stepping game. You know, he's electric and scoring tries for fun for Edinburgh. And then there comes Captain Fantastic. He plays like another 10 in the backfield with a siege gun boot, steps up at 10. Look how he draws in 2 defenders, puts Darcy Graham away for the first try. They're a real threat, that back 3. Finn Russell, I haven't even spoken about because he does this, but it's the 2 threats on the wing that he brings in. The big man, Van der Merwe, and just the gall to do it 7 points down late in the game, straight away across to the little man, Darcy Graham. And this created the confusion for Cowan Dickey to give the penalty try. So there's lots of organisation, strengths and threats when Scotland come to town next week.